Roche Constructors was founded by my dad, Patrick Thomas Roche, on December 2nd, 1971. He ran Roche Constructors until he tragically passed away in 1983. Upon his passing, my uncle, Mike Roche, took the helm of the company. Mike was a Continental Airlines pilot prior to coming to Roche. In the early years, I started working weekends and after school at a very young age. I can remember when I was 13 years old riding my bicycle to a project that we had going on at Greeley, and summers every single day. In 1993, I took over the role as president and CEO of Roche Constructors. We conduct business on three principles: respect, responsibility, and relationships. These principles are the foundation of the company and are represented by the 3 R's that are built into our logo. I'm incredibly proud of the team that we've built here at Roche Constructors. Our team is hardworking, deliberate, skilled, and everyone does what it takes to get the job done for our clients.
It was a small office. We had only 1,600 square feet. And it was just a very few people in the office. There were maybe 10 of us. And it was fun because most of our jobs were local. So I got to meet a lot of the people. We did Cottonwood Square office and village. And that was an office building. It was a very elite kind of building, and it was impressive here in Greeley. And then we also did Elkhorn Bank in Estes Park, and it sits right on the corner, and it's a 2-story bank, a lot of glass, and it was just an impressive style building. I thought it was fun. And it's fun when I started working here, most of our work was done in Greeley. So we could see all the projects, and I've enjoyed all my years here. Of course, everything keeps growing. They all have visions, and they're all very fast-moving people. I'm sure they'll just continue to soar.
Luckily, I was hired at Roche Constructors the day before I graduated at Colorado State, and I ended up at Summit Ridge Middle School as a project engineer.
You've been in the area too long when you go back and remodel your own project.
Oh yeah,
you just recently did.
I forgot we just added on to the school a year or so ago.
Probably the most memorable project that I had it from the early years was the Weld County Jail. I was a couple years out of college and actually worked with Carlin. Carlin was the superintendent on that job. And I thought I'd come in and do some engineering type stuff, but I ended up doing a lot of laboring and a lot of layout.
Knew where that was going.
But learned a lot along the way.
In FlatIron Crossing, we knew it was going to be a heck of a challenge. I'm still not sure how we got the opportunity. I believe it came from an old contact that our executive vice president had.
It's a very fast-paced project, quick retail, changing every day. It's still a great monument to Broomfield, and still stands today, and beautiful structure that we were all part of.
Yeah, and during that time, I think we established a lot of relationships with not only our own team members, but with subcontractors that a lot of people have changed companies, but we're still in contact with those people today, and it was an exciting time, and enjoy the relationships that came out of that project.
A lot of great people that we were stepping up into a new market. We were talking to much bigger subs. We had something to sell, and So we've taken those relationships and had a lot of great projects since then. You know, there's a great core group of people here. There really is, and you know, we're a third of the core group probably is the way we would say it. We still recreate together and love to get a beer together, and yeah, we're all still friends. We all still rely on each other.
There are a handful of us that have been here for well over 25 years, and the stories we could tell you. One of the things that stands out in my mind, and as most people who know Roche Constructors, it's a family-owned business, but the family starts with the employees. I can remember when I started here, I was very young and very broke, and my little brother was playing football, and he was pretty good, and I never got to see him play because I couldn't afford to go home. And it was his last game. It was a homecoming game, and I grew up on a farm in Iowa, and Mike heard me talking to somebody, and I said, you know, I'd give anything if I could figure out a way just to get there and get home and get back here. And that next Monday, I came to work, and on my typewriter there was a ticket for me to go home to Iowa with a note from Mike saying, enjoy the game. And from that moment on, I just felt like this wasn't a typical company. But to watch that next generation come in with new ideas, and the passion and the drive that they have to make a difference, not only in this company, but in the community and in the lives of everybody that is here, it's just heartfelt. It's a tradition, and it is a part of who Tom is. And I never got to meet his dad, but from what I'm told, his dad was the same way. So to watch Thomas and AJ carry on has been very touching and very, very rewarding to see.
50 years is a very significant milestone. We've accomplished a lot over the last 50 years, and growing up in this community and seeing the buildings that we've impacted and the projects that we've touched is pretty cool, and it's amazing to see everything that we have done and see what future opportunities are out there.
Yeah, the building that our father built when we were kids, that we both graduated from, both of our kids are going into that same building. We get to tell them about it, that, you know, Papa built this building, and Roche was involved in all the planning, and your fathers went here. So that's really cool. A fun story that I tell people about how this is a generational company is I was going to a basketball game one night and my dad came home rushed and he said, "Guys, I need you to both get in the car." I said, "I can't. I'm going to a sports event." And AJ got in the car. They drove down to a Walmart in the Denver metro area that it was a tough job coming down to the end. And AJ and my dad personally unloaded trucks with forklifts until 9 p.m. that night to make sure the job was done on time. So over the last 50 years, technology in this world has changed rapidly, and construction has been a part of all of that. We were actually one of the first general contractors to have a cell phone on a job site, and it was a briefcase cell phone that was invented here in Greeley, and that was one of the first cell phones on a construction job site. Now, all of our guys are equipped with smartphones. They can look at the drawings on their phones right then and there. They can complete all their daily logs on a cell phone while they're walking around the job site. We as Roche have always been on the technology forefront. That's something that we just love, regardless of being in the industry of construction. Technology has always been fun for us. So we always want to stay one step ahead of the game.
I guess, immediate goals that we have would be to continue and expand on our existing relationships and building on that. And the construction industry is always evolving and ever changing. And it's important to always stay kind of ahead of the curve and have the inside track to, breaking into new markets as the markets are really developed, and staying on the forefront of that to just continue the growth and expand on what we're currently doing.
Yeah, a big thing in construction is it moves with the market tendencies. Big box grocery stores were the big thing 20 years ago. We built a lot of them, and now there's not a lot of big box grocery stores going up anymore with the takeover from the Amazons, to where it's direct to consumer, it's coming straight to your doorstep. So we're evolving with that. We want to stay ahead of the sector as well. We've gotten into more industrial in the past 3 years due to that. We're getting our portfolio ready for the more industrial buildings that the Amazon and light competitors need.
We wouldn't be anywhere close to where we are right now after 50 years if it wasn't for the amazing people we have on our team and everything that they do day in and day out to really contribute to the success of Roche. So we look forward to developing new and sustainable relationships and projects and seeing where we can go in the next 50 years.
This 50 wouldn't have been possible without the people that have been here at Roche. I can't wait to see what the next 50 brings us and the people that we have that we're able to work with. We are so blessed to be here with this team, and we cannot wait to see our 100-year anniversary.
What I would say about reaching our 50th year is just it's something I'm very proud of, because it's a family-owned business, and knowing my father started it from where he came from, my uncle, and then now Tom as president, just bringing it to where it is. It's been an amazing experience really for me. It's something I've grown with. I didn't come into the company right away, but now in the 25 years plus I've been in the company, I just want to do and see everything grow as much as it can, and help our employees and help the team grow.
Over the last 50 years, I've been somehow involved with this company. I'm extremely proud to have worked with and to led the hundreds of people that we have worked with, and all the subcontractors over the years, all the owners, the relationships that we built. And I don't have any way of knowing where the next 50 years takes us, but if anything's like the past, we're going to have as much fun and be extremely successful.